coming off a tough loss, and the thing about that loss is we had our opportunities and we didn't take advantage of it. Anytime you up 17-0 and you start the third quarter and you get the ball 3 times on the plus side, then you feel like you can go generate points, and we didn't generate no points. But we have we know this, that we have a tough opponent coming in this Friday, and you have an opponent that's ranked number 8 in the country in some polls, number 9 in the other polls, on a 23-game winning streak. And the thing about it is Central Florida's playing with a lot of confidence, something we don't have right now after suffering our 4th straight loss. But we're really excited about the matchup. We're in a short week. We've got to get our players ready to go practice. And we went out yesterday, and they were, we're ready to go to work. And so now we get Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and then, have Thanksgiving together on Thursday, and then go play the game on Friday.
You've been talking about this basically all year, but why do you think this team has never been able to put together a complete game? Either start fast and finish bad, or start bad and finish fast.
Well, it just comes down to, when you get a lead, you got to be able to make plays, and we haven't made any plays. And the thing, you had a chance, and you were up big, and even we're playing very well on defense. And then I just kept telling our defense, we're going to win the game. You guys just keep playing. All the thing we had to do is keep them out of the end zone.
Charlie, at Louisville and here you put together some nice winning streaks. And when you see an opponent with 23, with 2 different coaching staffs, I mean, it's hard to put into words a streak like that.
Well, it just speaks volumes, but you look at it, and you're right. It's 2 different staffs, and the quarterback is what really makes them go. And he's a really, really good football player, and he played well last season, and he comes back and you look at what they've done. Even with him losing some players, he's been able to manage to keep the team together, and they've been able. When you start winning and you start playing with confidence, you just feel like no one's going to beat you. And that's what they have going on right now. They just feel like they're not going to lose. And when you have that attitude, then it's hard to lose.
I know you had a lot of hopes and dreams for the season. You still have the bowl game after this. But how much could you make your season by beating your high-school rival that's talking about playing for a title?
Well, we just got to get back on track. We're losing 4 in a row. We're at home, so we need to come and play well. And we just haven't done that. We just haven't put together a complete game with all 3 phases.
Coach, what's been your experience with rivalry games? A lot of times the kids know each other. Sometimes you never know how it can turn out until the record works out. What about your experience with rivalry games?
Well, I've been involved in a lot because I've been very fortunate to coach at a lot of good programs. So you had a ton of rival games. But the thing about it, these guys all know one another. We recruited some of their players. They recruited some of the players here. They had a chance to grow up together. They played at the same high school programs, and even some played at different high school programs where they played against one another. So, the thing that it just being just familiar with one another, and you don't have to say much during the week when you have the opponent that you're going against, because it's all about them putting in the work. Now, I look at it like this, that it's a time for us to really have a chance to make a really good mark here at the end. We need to go play well, and we need to go win this game.
Charlie, I imagine a lot of guys are frustrated, maybe some angry, but just based on what you saw yesterday at practice, do you think these guys can rally together and come together and play at a high level?
Well, it's a rival game, and it's right down the opponent is right down the street from them. So I don't think that's going to be an issue. The thing about defense, we need to come out. We got to play well. You look at what they get and how they score. It's a lot of home run balls for them. We can't allow them to take the ball and pitch it over our head for 60 and 70-yard plays. We can't. If anything, you got to make them drive the ball. You got to be great in the red zone. If we get them in the red zone, we got to play unbelievable. Then offensively, we can't turn the ball over. We got to take advantage of what they give us, and we got to be able to move the ball. If we generate first downs, then that's going to help lead to touchdowns, but we got to get first downs.
It was a remarkable game last year. People still talk about it. It might have been the best game in the college football season. For you, the things that stick in your mind, I know you've moved on, but from kickoff returns to this to that, I mean, it's still fresh in your guys' minds how it ended last year.
Well, it's just the players you just dealing with now. It's, Quentin's moved on, Augie's moved on. All the guys that we have, they moved on. But it was a really outstanding game. But you had two teams that were evenly matched, and it came down to a kickoff return where if we do a good job, we recover the kickoff. Then who knows what would have happened? You get the game to overtime, then we would have seen it. But we weren't. They get the kickoff return, so we weren't able to get it there.
Do you still think these are two evenly matched teams?
Well, you look at it's not so much that you look at the personnel. You just look at how they're playing. 23-game winning streak, playing with a lot of confidence, and that's a team that, like I said, when you get the feeling that you can't be beat, you won't be beat, and they have that feeling right now.
One guy back from that game last year was McCants. When you think of that play last year where he dragged the guy in, how much did that set the tone for the day for you guys?
Well, they said it early because it happened so early in the game. So that when the players saw him make that play, then they just felt like, hey, it's going to be one of those type of games where we're going to have to play. And you look at us, you're right, McCants played, Solomon played, but not many, Norman, Mays, and Atterbury, but not many other guys on offense played in that game. And then you look at us on defense. Up front, Bronson was the one that played in that game. We with the dime package, so we put McGee in to play the dime for us, and in the back end, Mazzy played and Hoggins played.
You guys have an early tone setter Friday for this game, like that day last year. That would be huge, right?
Well, you got to have some. When you get in a rival game and you're playing against a really good opponent, then something's got to go your way early to get you in the game. This is one of those games where you can't allow them to jump out with a big lead, because then all of a sudden doubts start creeping in your mind, and you can't allow that to happen. But when they're playing with the confidence they're playing with and they're making the plays that they're making, then you got to be ready to match. You got to match their intensity, match their effort, but you got to be able to make plays.
Can UCF success, I know it's good for UCF, can it lift all boats in the group of five and your conference? I mean, does it help you guys in a weird way that they're successful?
Well, if you look at it, they're having this success they're having, and everybody around the country is seeing it. But it's not unusual for them, because they've been to two. We had the BCS. They went to 2 BCS bowls, and then last year they had the success that they had. So that's a program that has put a lot into it, and a program that's having success because of what's been doing. What's been done there.
I never thought I'd ask this question, but can USF do what UCF is doing?
Well, I think it's got to start with if you look at what they've done and the success that they had, you got to be willing to make that commitment. And there's a commitment that's been made there, and we had the same thing here. We just, it's got to be one where, okay, this is the way what they've done, and that's why they're heading the way they're heading.
I'm sure you're pretty happy about the lower bowl sold out. They're going to open up the top. You're going to have fans driving over, but is there anything you want to say to the fans or to come out for this game and having the biggest crowd of the year, Coach?
Well, I think that's great that you're having the big crowd and the opponent you have coming in, and it is really good for our fans, because I know they'll come out and support us, and that's what you want to see, and for both sides, because you get a rival game, you expect that. When I was at Florida, you get Florida State, you're going to have the crowd's going to come because they want to see two good opponents go play, and it being a rival game, I just don't want them to come in there and take over our stadium. I want to make sure our fans get out, and even though we haven't been playing good the last 4 weeks, we still have a good football team.
On that note, are you taking any kind of special preparations to play for a noisy game in your own stadium? Because it could be like a neutral site game.
Well, it could be, but with our, I don't think you have to do anything different. It's just because even though it may be 55,000 plus, it's still though it's going to be loud on both sides. So we're hoping when their offense is up there, our fans are yelling and screaming and getting it going. And then I know this, when our offense is up, their fans are going to be yelling. But we just got to be ready to make the adjustments that we need to make. which we will be able to. And then sometimes they just, just getting a play call and just go run the play and don't get distracted by all the noise.
Lane took a couple of hard shots Saturday. Is he all right? Did he throw yesterday?
Yeah, the thing that we did with him, because it was such a quick turnaround, we rested a lot of guys on yesterday. And so we, some of those guys, we just sat and just let, because usually on a Sunday it's kind of just, we're kind of going through it because today they're off, but they're not off today because we got to go since it's a short week.
Both these teams like to play fast, but might this be a game where you're better off if you can exercise some ball control and take a little more time, keep them from doing their thing?
Well, I think Cincinnati tried to slow it down and they try to go ball control on them. But the thing about it, when they get the ball, you got to be ready. And it's both teams like to play fast, but when you look at both teams, they want to strike. They want to hit you on a home run ball. And that's what we can't do. Is we just can't give up the home run ball. But that's where they've been unbelievable. Because I tell you, the quarterback, Milton, he's unbelievable quarterback, does a really good job. And he doesn't feel the pressure. You can bring pressure on him, and the ball is out of his hands. And he can make the throws. He places the ball, when they get those receivers on the outside, they're running and they're running wide open, and guys, he's dropping it in where they're making a catch. And then you get Killings and McRae, the two running backs. McRae, they get going, then it's hard because they're downhill runners, and they have enough speed where they can outrun you. And that's what we don't want to get into a speed game with them, because they have enough speed where and then on defense, if we don't block 9 or 10, then we're going to have an issue up front, because both of those guys, they can, Hill and Davis, they can put enough pressure on our quarterback where if they get to him, it's going to be an issue for us.
But you made the switch to Bentley Sanders. I guess it was the Houston game on the kick return.
Mm-hmm.
He's fared very well. If you can talk about the job he's done in that regard.
Well, the thing you like about Bentley is he gets north-south with the ball, and he gets downhill where there's none of the fake, and he catches it and he goes. And with our kickoff return, where we've done a great job, is the lane is there. It's opening up. It's just a matter of you have to be a special player to catch the ball and then can feel the blocking and see the tunnel. And that's what Bentley does. Like, he sees the tunnel and he hits it, and so he can get to the kicker. And with all the pursuit coming, they're trying to run him down. But that's the key thing there. Once you catch the ball, you have to get vertical with it, and that's what Bentley does.
On their punt return, did y'all just out kicking the coverage?
Yeah, but we had our chances, and we didn't tackle the ball. We didn't get it corralled, and then once we let him get vertical, and then he cut back to the outside. That's what hurt us, because we got to get down and cover, and then once we get it covered with our gunners and getting the ball, you got to get the ball placed and keep the ball inside and in front of you, and even though what they went up 20-17, we still had our chances. I mean, it was early, but we still had opportunities there, and we didn't take advantage of them.
How's Mitch?
Mitch is the warrior. That's the one thing about him. He tried to go back out there and play on one ankle, and he got it rolled early. And Mitch, when Mitch isn't in, that really hurts us, because he is such a factor on the offense for us, and he can cause linebackers problems, and then he's big enough to overpower the guys in the secondary, and not having him really hurt us, because a lot of our throwing game is to him. And when he's not there, it's tough. But, the thing about him, and that's what I love about him, he's so tough. He'll find a way to play this game. There's not many guys going to want to sit out this game. If they're injured, they're going to try to find a way to get back on the field. All right. Thank you, guys. Mm-hmm.
How's everybody doing today?
Given what's happened in the last 4 games, how important is it to get this thing turned around, especially against this team?
It's very important moving forward for this program, not only for this team, for this program, just to get it turned around for this senior class and for those guys that come behind us.
You guys aren't going to be able to accomplish all the goals you wanted, but to win this game, the rivalry and considering where they're at?
Mhm.
Could that salvage a lot of things? Could that make your season?
Absolutely. I mean, one of our goals this year was to beat them because they are our rival. They are the team out east. So those are one of our goals coming into the season, and beating them would be big because they're the next game on the schedule.
Could it right a lot of wrongs?
I mean, they're the next team on the schedule. I mean, we wouldn't put any special thing on it. They're just the next team on the schedule, and that's the team that we have to play Friday.
What do you think has happened to this team in the last 4 games? After you get off that great start and, just go, what do you think, what happened there?
I think just the focus, just the lack of focus as a team, and us as a senior class has to do a better job of that with the young guys, us being a young team. So I think the focus will be there Saturday. I mean, we don't have to you have to have a speech for this game here. It's the team out east we're playing, and we look forward to this game.
Have any of the younger guys asked you about, like, last year's game? Have they talked about that?
Actually, those guys were at the game, man. That atmosphere is going to be crazy. They asked me a lot. They asked me how do I perform in big games and what I look forward to. I mean, it's what I tell them is just to stay the course. Don't let go with the lows and the highs of the game, man. You just got to stay the course and stay focused on the task at hand. It's going to be rowdy. It's going to be loud. It's going to be a lot of ups and downs in that game, but you just got to stay the course and stay focused on the task at hand, and good things will happen.
Had you ever played in a game like that last year's game?
Myself?
Yeah, the intensity.
Yes, absolutely. Last year was a big game for me, but I played in a lot of games here at USF, so.
Tyree's touchdown last year, first play.
Mm-hmm.
How much of that set a tone for that game?
It set,
That juice you guys up?
absolutely. It set a tone that showed that side of the ball really wanted it. And if your guys show that they want it, and it does nothing but bring the guys along the other side of the ball and on special teams to say that they want it as well. So, I mean, that play was huge in that game, and it propelled us forward.
We obviously got to see a lot of what they were able to do on offense last year, but coming into this year, how do you try and stop a team that goes with so much tempo like they do?
I mean, they're a tough offense, man, from the quarterback in McKenzie. He's dynamic. They have dynamic backs. They have a lot of depth at running back. They play 3 backs. Have a lot of good receivers. This will probably be the best group of receivers that we have played all year. The best quarterback that we have played all year. And they're the best probably team we played all year. So, I mean, they have a lot of dynamic pieces to their offense, and that's why they rank as hard as they are.
Thoughts heading into senior day and all the success you've been able to have here with the class building something special?
It's going to be a special senior day. I mean, my last regular season game here as a Bull is going to be very special for me and special for this senior class, just to know what we have done for this past, 4 years that I've been here and they've been here. Probably, I think we're, setting history here as a senior class, so that'll be huge for the senior class to go out with a bang.
You never know, you could play a bowl game, you could play a bowl game here at Rankin, you never know. But I'm assuming you guys are not even talking or thinking about that.
Absolutely not. I mean, we're just focused on the task at hand, which is UCF this week. We look forward to the game this week. The bowl season to handle itself. We don't worry about the things we can't handle. We just control what we can control as a team, and that what we control is playing UCF on Friday at 4:15.
Is that the beauty of a game like this? I mean, a lot of people out there perceive that UCF is ahead of USF, that you guys are second fiddle to them. Is that motivation? Can that?
Me personally, I tell this team not to get into the readings, man. We don't read the headlines. That's not something we do here. We just go out every week, try to execute the task at hand every week to week, and just never read into the headlines. Just play our best game and go out on Saturdays and perform.
I think most people would agree Saturday defense played well enough to win that game. What was the difference Saturday compared to recent games?
Like I said early on, just the focus. We was locked in the whole game. Coach BJ and that staff and Coach Strong got us ready to play that game. We knew that what type of team they were going to run the football. They was a tough football team, and that's something that we focused on during the week prior to practice, and we went out there and executed on Saturday. Unfortunately, we couldn't come away with the win, but it happens.
What are your memories of last year's game in Orlando and the emotions just being part of that game?
We lost. That's what I remember. I mean, what you want me to say? We lost. I mean, we lost to a good football team, though. As I can say, we lost to a very, very good football team, a very dynamic team. They're the same thing this year, so we looked for a better outcome this year, but we lost to a very, very good football team last year. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mazzy, as a senior, what does this game mean to you, the last one at Raymond James, and of course it's against your rival?
This game means everything. This for this whole team, our seniors, we want to go out with a bang and just leave a legacy behind. Like, even though we couldn't achieve some of the goals we wanted, this is one of the goals that we've written down. We can still go out and achieve it. So that's where we got with it.
Kind of along those lines with this, like you said, even though you couldn't achieve a lot of the goals you wanted, could this kind of almost make the season, salvage a lot of things if you can beat these guys?
I mean, we have very high expectations for ourselves, so I don't know if it can completely do that, but it would definitely heal a lot of the wounds that happened, and it would make us feel a little bit better about ourselves. I know personally with myself, I was a little disappointed, but I know this game would definitely make it better, and I know it'll make my brothers feel happy as well, who's going out with me.
Can you get too high for a game like this? Can you get too, too emotional? Do you have to kind of watch that or not?
I mean, you can, but I know my brothers and I are gonna go out here. We have one goal in mind, and we're gonna be straight, even kill. We know what we have to do. It's war.
Mazzy, what were your feelings on Saturday with the game up 17-0 and taking a loss, just emotionally, and how have you kind of moved on from that?
I mean, to be completely honest, we as a defense, we weren't really looking at the scoreboard. We were just going out there one series at a time, one play at a time. However the game happened, it happened. We just went out there and played for each other, and that's all I can say about it.
The Tyree play last year, we dragged the dude in on the first plays of the game. How much did that set the tone for last year's game?
Oh, that was definitely a tone setter, and it did set a tone, and we're looking to set more tones this year.
It's huge to get that early.
Yes.
Shoots, right?
Yes.
What can you say about senior day and just your experiences here helping this program win a lot of games?
I mean, it came in a hurry. I didn't expect it to come so fast. I know it's going to be an emotional day. I'm from Tampa, so I played in this stadium before, knowing that it's going to be one of my last times playing at home in this stadium. It's going to definitely be an emotional experience, but we're going to leave it all out there that day and go get job done.
How would you describe the emotional state of this team right now? I mean, where are you guys at up here?
This next game, everybody's juiced up, ready for UCF. If you're not juiced up for this one, then I don't know if you're really a competitor. So everybody's just juiced up, ready to go. And yes, whatever happened in the past happened. Can't take it back. Can't get it back. So we're moving on forward, and we're looking to go do our thing this week.
Do you know Kyle Gibson?
Oh yes.
Did y'all play against each other?
Yeah, and then before we like after we signed and we were working out, like before we left off for college, we actually come to USF and do one-on-ones and
Really?
do a lot of footwork drills.
You and him?
Me and him and a few other guys, Deion Kane, a few other guys.
Who's got the lead in the rivalry with Plant Norwood and USF UCF? Y'all ever keep track of it?
I think it's pretty even.
I think it probably is.
I think it's pretty even. That's a true rivalry right there.
Yeah.
From Plant to Armwood to USF, UCF, it's even all across the board.
Anything else from Mazzy? Thank you.
Thanks, Mazzy.
Thank
Pretty good.
Senior Josh Black.
Josh, what would it mean to be the UCF team that's won 23 in a row and, of course, your #1 rival?
It would mean a lot, especially for this program, just to come mess up their season, to put a nice little cap on our season, finish out pretty strong.
Going off that, I mean, you guys aren't gonna be able to achieve the goals you wanted this year in terms of championships, but to beat them, considering where they at, would that salvage a lot of things? Would that right a lot of wrongs for this season?
I wouldn't say all that, but I'd say like you said, there's still one goal on our list, and that's to come out there and beat UCF. We take a game at a time, and we just gotta go out there and do our best and come out with a dub.
You seem to have elevated your game. You're having a good season. I know it's about team, you know what I mean? What have you done? What is it about you that you've been able to have, you yourself have a pretty good year here?
Well, coming into this year, starting like at the end of that bowl game last year, I had a long talk with my coaches and especially my defensive coach and defense coordinator. Them two helped me the most. Like they sat down and talked to me, and they was telling me that I had so much more potential, which I had. So, but it's up to me if I want to achieve it. So I took that as a personal thing. So just like that whole off season, I'll just work my behind off, did everything the coaches want me to do and even more, so I can come out this season and show my fans and family that what I can do.
Did y'all mix anything up defensively Saturday as one of your best games of the second half of the season? What was the key Saturday?
This past Saturday, only thing I can say is like we didn't really do much. We just had more intensity that we've been going on. We knew that they was a physical team and they was going to come down here and try to run the ball on us. So, like, we just had to have pride and toughness this week, and we just went out there and showed them that we're going to be the tougher team. You're not just going to come out here and pound us. So that was our goal, to go out there and just pound them. That was our goal for this week.
I'm sure there's a lot of frustration, probably a lot of guys who are angry. Do you think you guys can rally together for one game just emotionally and come out and play at a high level on Friday?
Well, I think we can. We a tight-knit team, no matter if we win or lose. And, this is, our next game up, so we're going to take it full steam ahead. Whatever happened in the past, happened in the past. We just got to keep chugging because it's the next game up, and we just got to keep going.
Is there enough juice left in the tank to do that?
Of course, most definitely. We got enough to go out there and beat them boys out east.
You were talking about playing with pride on Saturday. UCF coming into your stadium, how much is pride going to be a factor in your performance on Friday?
In my performance?
And the whole
the team? Well, it's the team out east. It's what can I say? If you're not hyped for this game, you shouldn't be out there on the field. There shouldn't be no words to be said for this team, especially since what happened last year. So this year we just got to come out there with a lot of intensity, a lot of zeal in our eyes, and ready to go out there and have fun and do what we can do.
What are your thoughts on senior day and everything that you guys have been able to accomplish since you guys started playing here?
Well, my thoughts on senior day, this is going to be my last ride at Raymond James, for this team. So it's going to be a very emotional night for me, but I just still got to be, even though it's going to be emotional, I still got to have passion and pride because it's a team out east out there that I got to get hyped for and get ready to go out there and play. So it's going to be a very fun night, interesting night.
When you show up at a program, you got so many years ahead of you, does it go by faster than you think? And did you get down to the last few games? Does that add a lot of urgency to the way you walk on the field and all that?
Yeah, when I got here my freshman year, I ain't never thought this day would come, senior night would come for me, because when you're a freshman, you don't think about all that stuff. You just think about trying to get on the field. That's all you think about as a freshman. Now that you're a senior, you reflect on all this, and you're like, dang, these 4 years went by quick. Because you can still remember what happened, what you did the first day you got here on your freshman day, and till now. So it goes by quick in a hurry. So you gotta cherish every moment you have here.
Are you going to not overeat too much on Thanksgiving, Turkey Day? Did the coaches tell you anything about that, or no?
As a player, you shouldn't eat too much turkey the day before the game. Like, you don't want to go out there and be out half drunk off of turkey. So we just gotta just know your limit. Just don't pig out, because at the end of the day, it's still gonna be Thanksgiving food out there for you the next day.